My name's Frank Evans, and I do the landscaping at Lakeside Mall and also help with the decorations at Christmas, Easter, and Halloween. Back in 1992, we were building a big display here at Center Court for parks in the metropolitan area, and we were looking for something as a big prop to go in the park. So we located a train, a little kiddie train, that used to be part of a carnival in 1947. It's an antique train. And we put the train up, and the kids liked the train ride so much that we incorporated it into the different seasons, into the Easter decorations, the Christmas decorations, and the Halloween decorations. And then from the train, the big train set grew. At first, we only had 2 Lionel trains at Lionel Center as a promotion. And the first year, we put the 2 Lionel trains out, little bitty trains. And then as we made money with the big train, we bought more little trains, and every year we kept adding to the display until it got fairly huge. This year we just made a display for the kids. So it's everything on the display this year is Kiddieland. Jimmy Lenormand helps decorate also, and early in January of last year we were looking through catalogs and he decided that penguins were a big thing right now for some reason. So they purchased a lot of penguins, and we just put we had a few penguins last year, but now we got 100 of them. And so the theme this year is just the Arctic, I guess, with all of the snow and the Eskimos. And we had the little kids dressed up like Eskimos. We got polar bears and sea lions, and sort of a nature theme. We usually have 2 weeks for a setup all around the whole mall. And normally when I build a big display, which would encompass the whole center stage all the way around the back, it takes me about 10 days. But this display only took about 5 days. We started Monday and we finished last night. A lot of the props are purchased. Normally the little stuff that I build for the train display, some of them are kits, some of them are scratch built. But the bigger stuff that we buy from different supply houses are already manufactured. Most of them are made out of styrofoam or paper mache and then covered with feathers or felt or whatever costume they're in. The only 2 buildings that are scratch built are those little stations out in the field. The rest of them are kits from train companies. They build a kit, you just snap them together. We normally start off by building a big platform, and after we get the platforms fairly level and sturdy, then we put the track down, then we energize the track with all the electricity and change the AC current to DC current. After we have all the tracks working, then we start decorating from the top level down. The little trees, we usually keep the trees from year to year. And the trees, the track, some of the tunnel portals, if they don't get damaged, and bridges, we can keep that stuff and use it in a different position next year. The snow is some kind of cotton polyester fabric that we buy in big rolls. And after we lay the snow in different configurations, we take throw snow, which is like a white wax paper. And when you put that on top of the cotton, it gives it a more natural effect. It gives you a little highlight. I hadn't collected trains before I bought this big train that got real popular with the kids out here. And then, like I said, we used some of the revenue from that train to buy more trains. Now, I probably have 150 trains that every year we use different trains, different engines, different cars, and change it up that way. It's an Alan Herschel Carnival train manufactured in 1947. And it used to run carnival routes. Every weekend would be someplace else. But it's made out of steel. It takes 2 or 3 men to pick up the engine. And as aluminum came along and fiberglass, the carnivals got rid of old heavy rides because they were too cumbersome, too heavy to put up and down every week. But it's great for this application because we set it up and it stays in one place. We're not moving it from place to place every week. What I like to do is sit on the other side of the display and when the kids start coming in and just watch the reaction of the kids to the train. When I was a little kid, my dad used to bring one kid a week to Canal Street during the Christmas season. We had 5 kids in the family, so each week one of us would get a turn to go to Canal Street. When it was my turn, we'd always go up to the toy department in Maison Blanche, and they always had a small Lionel train display. But sometimes, if my week was closer to Christmas, by then the trains weren't running, and it's a big disappointment when you get to the display and none of the trains were running. So when I started building this display, I didn't want to disappoint any kids. So we always have plenty of trains, and every day we check them and maintain them. So, you know, almost 100% of the time you come out here to see the train display, all the trains will be running.